What up, everybody? This is the Unscripted Sports Show. I'm your host, Eric. I'm with my brother, Chris. We'll be talking about NFL Week 2 and our pick for Week 3. How are you, Chris?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Yep, of course. It was a weird Week 2. We had 7 underdogs win outright, including the Falcons beating our Eagles.
Top game. Knew that was gonna happen, but
Yeah, we'll go over our picks and then we'll give our picks, our 8 picks for this week and our best bets and um all the other stuff. So last week I did horrible, 2-6 on my picks, and Chris, you did 5-3 again. So you're 10-6 on the season. 9-7. Let's
nice.
go. So last Thursday, we both had the Dolphins. The Dolphins didn't show up. The Bills showed up. They played well. Give credit to the Bills because they played very well. Not taking anything away from the Bills because they came in there. They beat up the Dolphins. They took out Tua. I hope he's okay, but he looks like he's gonna be out almost a month, I think. So give credit where credit's due. The Bills look good right now. What,
Yeah, and it's not like the Dolphins were looking good even with two in the game, so can't necessarily blame Tua getting hurt on that one.
oh
They
yeah,
looked bad all throughout.
oh yeah. The defense looked horrible. The offense, they couldn't get it. They couldn't get it. Tyreek Hill. I think he had what, 1 or 2 catches throughout the game, and then the running game was non-existent throughout the game. The defense just sucked. But yeah, give credit where credit's due. The Bills came out and they did what they had to do. And Josh Allen looks good. He looks like he's good. He's an early MVP candidate right now because he's carrying the Bills right now. He's doing what we expected Josh Allen to do. Um, Next game, Jets and Titans. I had the Jets. You had the Jets. I had the Titans. I don't know why I had the Titans, uh, but yeah, I didn't see any of the game, but this was a close game. Did you watch any of the game? See any of this?
I didn't. The only game I got to watch was the prime time and the Eagles game. Didn't watch too much on Sunday.
Yeah, I was off, so I got to watch. So I only watched whatever was on TV in Red Zone. Next game, Packers and Colts. Packers beat the Colts. I was surprised the Colts weren't in this game more. I thought this was going to be a closer game. You had the Packers, I had the Colts. Um, and yeah, I didn't see any of this game, so I can't really say anything too much about it. But the Packers look good with the backup quarter. What's his name again? Uh,
Malik Willis.
yeah, and I think he's facing his old team this week. I think he came from the
Yeah, they got
Titans.
the Titans. Yeah.
We'll get to that. No, that's not one of the games we picked, but we can talk briefly about that. Cowboys and Ravens. How about them Cowboys?
Yeah.
We
Yeah, it's
can't make too.
hard for me to get excited about them losing when we lost too, so
Is that, yeah? I know. I was gonna say we can't brag too much because we lost the lead with 2 minutes left though. Yeah, but how about them Cowboys? I'll just say that they look awful. I watched that game. I was laughing, even though I had Cowboys in the parlay. All that parlay just sunk because I had the Niners Cowboys and Lions and Ravens.
Wow.
Go figure. Yeah. Yeah. And those are the four of the seven underdogs that won against those teams. But yeah, Cowboys look awful. I'm surprised they didn't show. I mean, New Orleans just looked good. I'm not gonna take anything away from the Saints because we're playing them this week. So Saints look good. Derek Carr looks like an MVP candidate right now. They made him look like Tom Brady out there. I'm not to take away from Derek Carr, but what I picked up from fantasy this week is Jalen Daniels is. I'm stashing him right now. I'm not gonna start Daniels until he gets some games under his belt. But Derek Carr is a good pickup if he's still out there.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you have guys like Tua or whoever you had, Daniels or even Kamen Williams, who are not doing good right now because they're rookies. But yeah, next game, Chiefs and Bengals. This game, wow. I thought the Bengals were gonna pull it out. I was rooting for the Bengals. I like Joe Burrow and I like Jamar Chase. I like an underdog to win. I really thought the Chiefs were gonna lose this game, but somehow, some way, as always, they find a way.
Mm-hmm.
Questionable call at the end, but it is what it is. Chiefs find a way to win again, just like they did against the Ravens. That's what championship teams do. So they always find a way to win, right? Especially Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
That's why.
I agree.
That's why he used to go. Cardinals and Rams. This was a coming out party for Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah, if you had Marvin Harrison Jr. in your fantasy, you were happy because he put on a show in the first quarter, 2 touchdowns. I knew he was going to get 2 touchdowns, and I should have put money on that, but that's not here or there. but yeah, Marvin Harrison coming out party at home, his home debut. Kyle Murray looks like the Kyle Murray from 2 years ago. He looks real good right now. I'm impressed by Kyler Murray. Finally, he's healthy. He looks like he can be that franchise quarterback that the Cardinals wanted him to be. Good thing the Cardinals didn't give up on him. So, they had a chance to give up on him and draft somebody else. But they didn't. They stuck with him. And so far right now, it's paying off. And when you have a weapon like Marvin Harrison out there to throw to, it will help you. It will make the quarterback is better with weapons. We all know that, especially here in Philadelphia. But next game, the Bears and Texans. This was a closer game in the second half. Texans could have put this game away, but they let the Bears stay in it, and the Bears could have won it at the end. They were only down by 6, but Texans win 19-13. It was a fairly good game by both teams. The Bears look impressive. Kevin Williams is still a rookie, so he's gonna need some games under his belt. But Bears defense looked legit, and Texans didn't play the greatest game, but they survived. So, any thoughts on?
Yeah, I thought the Bears would be better this year. They invested a lot to put Caleb Williams in the best position possible to succeed, getting him help on the receivers. But goes to show that, yeah, the offensive line stinks. Very, 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 very bad offensive line.
Yep.
And the receivers can't get open either. So you got DJ Moore and Roma Dunze. They're not even getting open. So Caleb's holding on to the ball too long. Offensive line is terrible. It's just a mess. So
yeah, it's still early. He's too talented not to be good. But it goes to show that it wasn't all Justin Fields last year. Because look what he's doing in Pittsburgh right now, with an offensive line. I'm not saying he's doing great, but he's doing solid in Pittsburgh, and they're winning. It goes to show
Goes to show
it
how
wasn't all
much
Justin Fields.
I'm
not saying
is
he's
more important than the quarterback alone.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. And I'm not saying they should have gave up on Justin Fields. And I think it was best for both parties to move on. Because I don't think Justin Fields was ever going to be successful with the Bears. Because I think Pittsburgh is the right place because he has the right coach to coach him, in Mike Tomlin, who's very underappreciated in this league. Very. He's an underrated coach. Probably top 3 head coach in this league. Because year in, year out, he wins, and he had winning. He hadn't had a losing record ever in his career in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's probably Andy Reid, Kyle Shanahan, Mike Tomlin.
Yep.
And swap Sean McVay in there as well, but those are the big 3.
Yep.
4.
And I think Mike Tomlin gets overshadowed by Andy Reid, rightfully so, and Kyle Shanahan. But Kyle Shanahan doesn't have a title. Mike Tomlin does. So I would put him number 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because Pittsburgh's always in the playoff hunt. Always. But now, let's briefly talk about our Eagles and the debacle in the fourth quarter. I'll go first. Eagles played well in the first half and in the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter they just let the Falcons stay in it. They couldn't put the game away. That last drive was a debacle. I know Barkley should catch that ball, but you run the ball. 99% of the time you run the ball. No, 100% of the time you run the ball. That's just football 101. It's 3rd and 3. The other team doesn't have any timeouts. You run the clock. At least you run 45 seconds off if you don't convert. And maybe you even go for it because you have the tush push, whatever with it. Yeah. If Jalen Hurts, and then the game is over. If you kick the field goal, you took out about 40 seconds off the clock. And that would have made a difference. That would probably have made a difference. And then earlier in the second drive, you go for it instead of going for 3. And ironically, that did make a difference. So you can look at those 2 drives and say those were 2 bad decisions right there. I'll let you take it, Chris.
Yeah, not much to say that hasn't been said.
Yeah,
it's ultimately up to Nick Sirianni. I don't understand his role right now. When they're winning, he's great because he's a good leader. He keeps the vibes rolling. But when they're losing, he's not a leader. So he doesn't. It's not his offense. He doesn't call plays, and he doesn't even speak to the locker room afterwards because Jalen Hurts did that. So I'm just trying to figure out what exactly he does.
Yeah.
And he's just making the big decisions, like play calls at the end, when to use challenges, when to click a field goal, things like that. And he's not doing a good job there. So he needs to turn it around. He's capable of being a great coach, but I don't see this continues. This quality of play continues. I don't see Ty Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie being patient, especially with the roster they constructed. So I think if this doesn't end in at least one playoff win this season, then heads are going to fly, and I would not be surprised to see Bill Belichick in Philadelphia next year.
Yep, I was just about to bring that up. Double B, Bill Belichick was at the game. He was probably wondering what the hell he's doing. And we're going to see this Sunday how this team responds, because after last year's collapse, they kept losing after a debacle of the games. we're gonna see how they respond this week. They play probably the best offense right now in the NFL. We're gonna see what if this team has the leadership they say they do. I know Hurst is the leader and they have leadership on defense, but we're gonna truly see how if Nick Sirianni has still has this team under his wing. With if they go out on Sunday and they lay an egg again, ooh, oh boy, heads are gonna roll. Heads are gonna roll because they have Tampa Bay out next after this, and then they have the bye week. And with Bill Belichick lurking, do you think if this goes any further down that they pull the trigger early, or they wait until the end of the season?
I don't think they wait till the end of the season. If they lose, if they don't at least split these next two games against the Bucs and the Saints.
Week 5, bye week.
They're gonna. I can if they're not. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
I really don't know.
It's hard.
I don't think they have it after last season. They don't have the patience for another underperforming.
The fan base doesn't have that patience. We know this fan base already. This fan base has already turned on Nick. Social media. All week I've seen fire Nick. Right after the game, I saw fire Nick. I'm not saying he should, because it's only week 2, and I'm not gonna overreact too much. But yeah, as Eagle fans, we know how this fan base is. So
yep.
Hey, at least we have the Phillies right now. So that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, we'll move on to any final thoughts on the week 2?
No.
If we have time at the end, I do have a question about why these injuries are happening and the lack of play by these so-called elite teams that in week 2. But maybe we'll get to that at the end. First game on the docket tonight. We have the Patriots at the Jets. Jets home opener. Aaron Rodgers' first game at home since last year when he got injured in Monday Night Football at home. So I have the Jets winning, and you have the Pats winning. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't think you would have the Pats.
Yeah, I think the Jets, AFC North or AFC East is usually pretty competitive. I think that you're going to see a lot of splitting of the series within the division. So I think that Pats are going to take this one.
Yeah, and the Pats are not the darling. They're not the basement dweller like everybody thought they were going to be. But they have actually a good coach, because he was under Bill Belichick. And this team's going to be hard to beat. This team's going to be one of those teams that you bet against and then you wonder why you lost. They're like the Lions a few years ago, when the Lions were always in the game and you bet against them and they would cover the spread all the time. So be careful with the spread here, because what's the spread here? It's -6. I don't know if it went up since yesterday. I don't know if it's gone up, but I wouldn't be surprised by game time. You think everybody's going to bank on the Jets tonight?
I'm not sure. We'll see.
Yeah. Next game, Eagles and Saints. I think we both have the Eagles. This smells like a bounce back spot. Everybody's high on the Saints right now. The line flipped, I think. I think the Eagles were favorite before Monday night. The lines did come out before Monday night. And then right after, I think it flipped to Saints 2.5. Do I have that right? I think. I think the Eagles were favorites going into this game before Eagles lost.
Yeah, most likely. I think that this is a another setup game. You see the Saints blow out the Cowboys. You see
Yep,
the Eagles blow a fourth quarter lead. Everyone's gonna be all over the Saints.
yep,
Classic setup. Eagles are gonna smoke the Saints.
yep. It's just like when the Cowboys beat the Browns, everybody overreacted and picked the Cowboys like we did. So it's it, there's going to be teams that people are high on right now this week are going to lose. Just like last week, everybody was high on the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Lions, the Niners, and the Chiefs are the only ones that won out of those teams. But the teams that people were high on last week, after week one, they all lost besides the Chiefs. Obviously, because they're the defending champions. So, but yeah, I think that trend continues this week. As the next game we're going to talk about, we're on the opposite side of that one. I think the Dolphins Seahawks. I have the Dolphins going to Seattle and winning. Nobody's going to pick the Seahawks. Nobody's going to pick the Dolphins because they have the backup quarterback. Everybody's down on the Dolphins after that shellacking of from the Bills. They had 10 days off from last Thursday. They probably traveled to Seattle early, and everybody's just going to be down on the Dolphins right now. So I'm picking the Dolphins. I think this is a trap spot for the Seahawks.
Interesting. I like the Seahawks here. I think that the Dolphins may cover, but I like the Seahawks to win outright.
Yeah, I just see it's similar to where I know the Packers were at home, where the Packers had their backup quarterback and they won. But I just think everybody's down on the Dolphins right now because I was a standalone game last Thursday. Everybody was watching prime time, and they saw how bad the Dolphins were. So I think everybody is down on the Dolphins, and I think they go into Seattle and with Thompson and win. Because I think he's a decent quarterback, decent enough quarterback where he can they can stay in the game and win it. And so that's probably my upset of the week, actually.
Okay.
And then we got the Ravens and Cowboys. Ravens are 0-2. Yeah, that's another team that everybody was high on. I forgot to mention. Ravens lost to the Raiders last week after they had a lead. Yeah. So the Ravens traveled to the Cowboys. Both teams coming off a bad loss. Yeah, this is a tough spot for both teams. I don't see the Ravens going 0-3. They're a Super Bowl contender. It's supposed to be. They have too much talent in that offense and defense to go 0-3. And the Cowboys are the Cowboys. I think the Ravens, this is a get-up spot. I don't see the blowout because the Cowboys got blown out last week, but who knows. I think the Ravens go in there and beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see them going 0-3.
If they go 0-3, they're in trouble. If they go 0-3, they are in big trouble because that AFC North is going to be tough to win. Even the Bengals are still in that race. So, next game, Lions and Cardinals. This is going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to watching some of this game on Red Zone. If it's not on TV, I don't think it's going to be on TV. But it's going to be a good game. I think the Lions get up for this game. I think the Cardinals stay in it, but I think the Lions bounce back. They're too talented to bounce back, not to bounce back. I think they go into Arizona and win. Arizona's coming off a blowout win against their division rival. I just don't think the Cardinals are on the Lions level right now, but we'll find out. I just think the Lions bounce back here.
Yeah, I agree. I think Kyler Murray is playing out of his mind right now, but the Lions are a team that's on a different timeline right now.
Yep.
The Cardinals are playing for just wins period, and then the Lions are playing for a Super Bowl right now. So anytime a team from the NFC West goes into the NFC North, usually the NFC North team covers. So that's why I'm picking Lions.
Yeah. But it wouldn't surprise me if they did, if the Cardinals did win. But it should be a good game. Next game, Chiefs and Falcons on Sunday Night Football. Chiefs are 3.5 point favorite. That could be a trap line right there, but after the Falcons came back, maybe not. And Falcons are plus 155 on the money line. We both got the Chiefs.
Is that in Arrowhead?
No, it's
Or is
in
that in Atlanta?
in Atlanta.
That's the only reason that it's 155. That should be much larger considering it's the defending champs.
Yeah, if it wasn't, if it was in our head, it would be probably touchdown. Maybe not because they after the Falcons came back, but yeah, it's 3.5. It wouldn't surprise me if it went down to 3 by kickoff because it's in Atlanta, and after what happened on Monday night, people are gonna maybe hammer the Falcons a little bit, depending on how the rest of the games go into Sunday night. Because Sunday night is usually, as you know, as a better too. Sunday night is usually the chase game. It's a standalone game. Everybody's trying to chase their money back. So we'll see what the line is before kickoff.
Yep.
That's why Sunday nights are always so iffy because those are the games that everybody chases after they lose their money.
Yep, I agree.
We finally have a doubleheader on Monday night in the next 2 weeks. So, for the first 2 weeks we didn't, which is weird. But the first game on ESPN, Jags and Bills. I don't think this is the main ESPN game, even though main Monday Night Football game, even though it's on ESPN. I don't think. I mean, Buck and Aikman are calling this one. But Jags and Bills. 0-2 Jags versus the 2-0 Bills. I have the Bills here. You have the Jags. I'll let you go first here.
Yeah, I just think that I don't see the Bills keeping this up. I know they played really well. I just think this is a letdown spot for them, and I think the Jags just blow it out here.
Yeah. I can see your reasoning. The Jags are 0-2, desperation spot. Everybody's kind of down on the Jags, too. The Bills are coming off 10 days off after beating their division rival in Miami. They're back at home. Everybody's going to be on the Bills. I still think the Bills will win. I haven't been impressed by the Jags. But it's Doug Peterson on the hot seat.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, as much as we love Doug Peterson here because he brought us the Super Bowl, he hasn't been good since he left. Hold on, Chris. And the charger here. I had to charge the. But yeah, the first Monday night game is Bills and Jags, and then yeah, I think that there, and then the next game. Oops. The last game of the night is the Washington and the Bengals. this is another desperate spot. I think the Bengals are 0-2. They can't afford to go 0-3, just like the Ravens. So I think they come out and I think they they'll blow out Washington here.
Yeah, I think they do too. I think that they're going to be motivated from last week's loss and just start cruising here.
Exactly. And that's it. Our week two power rankings, or no, week two MVPs. I have Derek Carr, and you have AK-41, Alvin Kamara. Yeah, I think both choices were pretty easy here. Alvin Kamara put on the show. He looks like he's the best back in NFL again. He's back.
Mm-hmm.
We better contain him because he'll do the same to us if we're not careful.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we see a big increase with the Eagles this week. I think they start to find their stride, and I think that Vic Fangio is going to put together a good game plan.
Yep, exactly. And I think they'll contain Derek Carr. But Derek Carr looks like the MVP right now. But yeah, I think both choices were easy. And now we'll go to our recap our week one power rankings. I had that. And then you had that. You had then our week two power rankings. I'll go first. Wait. I have the Saints, Texans, Chiefs, Bucks, and Bills. I think the Saints look like the best team in the NFL right now. They have good offense, good defense, and I just think they're playing well. And we'll find out what happens on Sunday. And for you have the Bucks, Saints, Chiefs, Bills, and Texans. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. And then yep. And then
yeah, no particular order. I'd still have the Saints probably number one, then the Bucks, then the Chiefs, Bills, and Texans.
Yeah.
I think that the Chiefs are still the team to beat. Bills are looking really good, but the Bucks and the Saints are playing really good. So I think we need to acknowledge that.
Yeah, I think we both have the same top. We both have the same five, just in different order. Yeah, I think the Bills deserve to be in this group. We'll find out on Monday night how good they are. I think there's some people in the hot seat. I think as I said earlier, Doug Peterson, unfortunately, is probably on the hot seat. And Nick Sirianni, I won't say he's on the hot seat, but if they lose on Sunday, he could be, depending on how they lose. They get blown out. Ooh, I wouldn't want to beat him on Monday morning. Come back to Philadelphia. We all know that. Let's do our fantasy player of the week and then our best bets, and then we can get out of here. I know you have to get back. Fantasy player of the week. I'm going to go with tonight. Not tonight. I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson. I think he's going to go out there and put on the show against Dallas. Big stage in Dallas. 425 game in Arlington. I think everybody's going to be watching him. So I think Lamar Jackson's going to be fantasy player of the week.
Nice. I think that we'll have a good game. I think that the Ravens are going to come out looking great. I mean, he's played relatively well, all things considered. They just haven't been able to win. So I think they take it here as well. He has a good showing.
Yeah. Same. Wait, who did you say?
You said Lamar Jackson, right?
Yeah, I said Lamar Jackson.
I forget who I put down. Who did I put down again?
I don't think you gave it to me. Uh, that was MVP
Okay. So top fantasy player of the week.
for week 3. Yeah.
um, let's see. Look at the games one more time.
Let's see.
I think Saquon Barkley. I think he's going to bounce back. He had a good game last week. Aside from that, but I do think the Eagles smoked them, and I think that Saquon has a good showing here. So
Yeah, I agree. That's a good pick. Um, I'll let you go first with the best bet. Let's have a look.
Lions to cover, whatever the
Lions
line
cover.
is.
It's where is it? Lions. It's 3. Exactly 3 right now. Who do I have? I'm gonna say Bengals. I think the Bengals come out pissed off because they know they probably should have won that game. The way they lost on controversial call, if you want to say. Joe Burrow looked pissed off. You could see on his face he looked pissed.
Yeah.
And you know how Joe Burrow is. He's still an elite. When he's healthy, he's an elite quarterback, and he showed it on Sunday. And I think Jamar Chase is gonna have. He's pissed off too. He hasn't gotten in the end zone either. So I think this is gonna be Jamar and Joe Burrow show on Monday night. Monday Night Football, back at home. Both guys are pissed off. Jamar Chase wants to get that contract. He's gonna have a huge game on Monday night. If I had another fantasy player of the week, it would be Jamar Chase. He is pissed and he wants a new contract, but he's pissed about everybody talking about it. So, and he hasn't had a great start to this season because I have him like 5 fantasy leagues. But yeah. Goes to show how much a big fan I'm Jamar Chase. So, for fantasy wise, for me, I hope he does have 3 touchdowns and 200 yards. But yeah, anything else, Chris?
Oh, that's all I got.
Yeah. Everybody enjoy tonight. Hopefully tonight's game is better than last week. It's going to be a great atmosphere. Jets fans are always great, even though it's a horrible franchise. But their fans are just as passionate as Eagle fans. I give them credit for that. They're going to be up for this game tonight, especially because it's against the Pats. They hate the Pats and because it's Boston. So it's going to be hopefully a good game tonight.
Sounds good. Yeah, I agree.
And we'll see everybody next week. Tomorrow night, Wrestling Through the Years, listen to us. And then Saturday, when tunes combine, and then Bros Down and Stabcast. You can find that on links in the description. And subscribe, hit the bell, and see everybody next week. Later, Chris. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.